can you remember before you were born? What was it like? You're really good at this. And also, if I were to tell you that you were good, how good would you say you were? And when you're sleepy, how sleepy do you get? Okay. And if you had to choose, would you choose red or green? And out of those two colours, which one do you think best represents joy? Okay. If you walked into a cave and all you saw was happiness, how would you feel? Good, good. Sometimes when we feel sleepy, we become happy. True or false? Is that the time? When you go to sleep, if you have a good dream, does it make you feel good? Interesting. I can see that you've done these kind of tests before. You're an expert. And a personal question. If you are good to someone, does it make you feel good? Okay. If you could change the colour of your shirt, would you? If you could change what your shoes are made from, would you? If a crocodile and a seagull got into a fight, who would win? Yeah. Have you ever made plaster of Paris? Okay. If you had, which would you make? The Eiffel Tower or the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Oh, interesting. Okay. Not many people say that, believe it or not. That makes you quite unique. If you looked in the mirror and somebody else was looking back at you, but they were smiling, how would that make you feel? if you could change one thing about a giraffe's pattern, what would you change? Yeah, I get that. I understand what you're saying. If you could change your blood for any other liquid or solid, what would you choose and why? Okay. You're smart. You're very smart. Are you sure you haven't done this test before? Okay. Dogs dream in black and white, but do shrimp dream in rainbows? Yeah, it's a difficult topic for some people to think about, but I think that a lot of them do think about it. Are rainbows smiles made of colour? And furthermore, does the sky smile? Okay. That's quite an unusual response to that question. I'm surprised by that response, but it's made me very happy. True happiness is hard to find, but happiness is everywhere. Is that true? You got me. I was trying to trick you. Sorry. If I walked into a room where you were resting, you're awake but you're resting, and I said, "You're wonderful," would you go to the pub with me, or would you just invite me to watch television? Oh, okay. Well, I like a drink. But it's okay. Sometimes cars can be too loud. I think we can all agree on that. But sometimes whispers can be too quiet. True or false? Right. You see, it's kind of fun once you get going, but it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. But once you're comfortable and confident, it becomes a lot easier. Everything does. Do you know what I mean? I know you do. You're very clever. Maybe too clever. No such thing. Why did the number 6 run away from the number 7? Because 7 had filed a restraining order against the number 6. These are tough days we live in. That's why we have to remind ourselves that there are some good things still going. Difficult question. If you could build a robot out of wood or out of leather, which one would you choose? Are you sure? Of course you are. Do you prefer to boil potatoes, bake them, or roast them? Yeah, some people consider that a trick question, but it's not. You just need to answer as honestly as possible. Good, thank you. Do you like strawberries, or do you think that they look like giant spider eggs? Yeah, me too. Do you pronounce it tractor or tracker? When is a tractor not a tractor? When it's attracted to someone else. Is science fiction actually science fact? Yep. 28 millimeters. If you could fly, where would you sail to? That far? How high do you think that you could jump? Oh, okay, that's quite realistic. I can see that you're very realistic and that your expectations are pretty sensible. That's an admirable quality. Some people let their hubris get to them and think that they can jump higher than they actually can. If you could make bread out of any vegetable, what would it be? Okay, that's exotic. Oh, that's cool. You're really cool. And I love your answers to all of these questions so far. They're very clever. They're very insightful. Sometimes people get a bit worried about answering questions like this. That's why I say to them that it's easier just to do it. And then once you've given the answer, you can always change it again later. It doesn't matter. Okay? How does that make you feel? And do you think that you are one thing or many things? I think you're right. You could be something to anyone, and they'll really like you. What's between atoms? It's a very difficult question. I know. I think you're right. You're very, very smart. I don't understand how you're not the boss of most things, to be honest with you. Other people don't try as hard as you, and that really matters. It means a lot to me personally, so thank you. Do you prefer feathers or fur? I completely understand. What about steel or water? When it's time to relax, does it feel good? When you feel good, how good do you feel? Good. You should feel good. Thank you. Pieces of 8 or pieces of cake? Controversial. I like that. That means that you believe what you say. I respect that. One more like that. Parrots or carrots? Yep. You've got that one right. Definitely. Okay, just a few more questions. When you work on a computer, do your hands get tired easily? Do you feel your fingers getting tired? And also, when you look at a screen on a computer for a long time, do you feel your eyes are getting tired? Furthermore, using your arms so much must be exhausting. Do you ever feel like laying them down and just letting them sleep? And sitting down all day can be harder than running around. Do you think that it would be good to lie down just to relax? Do you think that it's interesting that your dreams can be true, and when you feel good in your dreams, they can be true too? snores or dinosaurs? Pillow or talk? Brand new spaceship or retrofitted trash can? No, there are no raccoons. Sorry. You work very hard for your answers, and you've worked very hard talking to me. Your honest approach to this is really appreciated, and actually it makes a lot of difference just being who you are. You should feel good about who you are because you're a good person. Do you think that that sounds accurate? I think that it sounds accurate, and I think that it's true. I think that maybe you're just a little bit tired, and that's okay too. I'm always tired, don't worry about me. I get plenty of sleep. Do you think that you get enough sleep? Okay. What could you do to improve the amount of sleep that you get? And if you were to just relax and just let a cool wave of calm flow over your entire body, allowing your muscles and your bones and your joints to gently melt into the chair, the seat, or the bed that you're in, do you think that you would be able to rest? A sleepless night can be frightening, but you deserve to have a night of joy, happy dreams and happy times that you can remember the next day. Do you sometimes find that you remember your dreams after you've been asleep? And what's your favourite part of your dreams? And if you were to feel really good, how good would you feel? If I told you you were wonderful, would you react? If a loud car drove past, would you be frustrated? If I told you that you deserve all the good things in the world, would you believe me? And if I told you that you could have a wonderful night's rest with pleasant dreams and no interruption, would you allow yourself? And finally, know that you're never alone, and that there are always people who want to talk to you, listen to you, and help you to be the best you that you can be, filled with good, to do good, for good, helping you to relax when you need to relax, so that others can relax too, and sleeping peacefully in a sleep-filled sleep where you're never alone, because the people who you meet